What, Papi?
Hello, it's like I'm on the TV here. I'm on the TV. Hello folks, and welcome back to another Scrappy and Pappy scrapping, talking, doing video. I must say that we put up a couple of videos in the last couple of weeks that we had in the can already. Haven't made a video in about 2 months. Was quite preoccupied. Our dog Roxanne, who you've seen in some of our videos, and we have videos of, when you've seen her here helping me scrap occasionally and watching me talk to myself or to the camera, but she thinks to myself, which she thought maybe I was talking to her often, so she's like, okay, let's go outside. But anyhow, she was getting sick. She was 12 3/4, and apparently she had cancer when we took her to the vet. Her neck kind of got swollen up, and she had a few little problems. And she got sick, and it didn't take long. She died unexpectedly. She was sick for about 3 weeks. That's why I wasn't filming really. I was spending all my time with her and helping her and taking care of her. Last week was really, really rough. She wouldn't even go up the stairs anymore, just walk outside and pee, come back in. She didn't hardly eat for the last few days, and she got really sick. And we took her to the vet, of course, a couple of times, and there wasn't nothing really they could do. She had cancer, apparently. And so she passed away. So we missed her, and I wasn't ready to make any videos, and it was terrible, so, you know, sad. We got her in 2008.
Yeah.
She was born on July 11th, 2008, and she was 5, 6, 8 weeks old, something like that when we got her.
Maybe 5 weeks even?
Like late,
She
middle
seemed
of
really
August.
early. Yeah.
Middle of August. We looked actually for a husky. I was driving a tractor trailer across country, all over, weeks at the time, months at the time, and Scrappy was riding with me at that time. She wanted to get a dog, so we actually looked from California all the way down and down into Laredo, Texas, and then back up. Not by looking, I mean reading ads in newspapers in all these places and looking online to try to find a husky, because she wanted a husky. And we found one on the way up from Laredo. We located one on our path. Well, because when we were looking, it had to look on our path where we were trucking. But we located her in Little Rock, Arkansas. And we met a guy in a little gas station, and he was supposed to bring 2, but he only brought the 1. He gave some bull-locky story about the other. But the reason he only brought the 1 is because this little puppy was so covered in ticks and so sad and so depressing. That's like, I can't spend this kind of money on a puppy that's going to live a few days. But at the same time, Scrappy was like, we can't leave this puppy with this man, even if he wants twice that much. We should do to save it from this guy, which is what I was thinking too. So at any rate, when I knelt down and it came over to me, that was it. She had to go with us. So we put her on our little truck, and she went on the rest of the way trucking with us. I think she was on the truck with us. Well, back up. That night we stopped in a rest area and took her in the sink, and she wasn't very big, so you can see this. We could bring it over closer or do a close-up in a minute. She wasn't very big, so we took her in the rest area sink and gave her a bath and picked ticks off of her. Went out in the parking lot and picked ticks forever. I mean, I've never seen a cat or a dog with this many ticks on it. I've seen some wild animals sometimes that had a lot of ticks, but I've never seen an animal that had this many ticks on it. It was terrible. But she was very grateful, not for the bath. She wasn't very happy with the bath. But she was very grateful. After she started feeling better from getting all these bloodsuckers off of her. So she stayed on the truck with us a couple of days. And actually this picture here is with her like on the very next day. I think after we gave her the bath in one of the rest areas, because we did it a couple of times actually.
Yeah.
And got her medicine and everything too. Which is not the easiest thing in the world when you're driving a tractor trailer. But she made it, and then we snuck her home without letting her mom, because we got it for her, but we didn't tell mother that we got a dog to bring home. So we had her hid in the closet in the truck whenever we met up to come home, because I parked my truck at a truck stop 5 or 6 hours away from the house and get picked up and come home. And we had her hid in the closet, so whenever they got in the truck and was talking, they could hear the little noise there. And what is that noise in that closet? So we let her out, and wasn't no problem about having to sneak her into the house because she fell in love with her at first sight. So for her first, I think 4 or 5 years, she lived here at home. And her Scrappy looked after her, and her mom looked after her. She slept on the bed with her mom all the time. But I was still truck driving all over the place. But I stopped truck driving when she was like 5 or 6 years old, and been home with her almost every day since. So we were pretty close partners, even though she slept with her mom at night. Knock on the door. She hopped to the door like that.
Oh, dog.
Well, we were pretty close buddies, so I mean it was a terrible loss, and I know this is a sad story. I shouldn't keep going into detail, I guess, but anyhow, when she finally she was sick and all, and couldn't hardly do a lot, and then she lost energy in her rear legs, and I would help her along, but she went really too bad until the last 6 or 8 hours on the last day, and then she laid there with me, talking to her and petting her, and passed once or twice, and then stayed gone. So at any rate, this is her in this little container here. We had her cremated, and that might sound crazy, but we wanted to keep up with her. We didn't want to bury her in the ground of this apartment building, number one, because we'd move away. But number two, the ground's frozen in the wintertime, and it's not so easy to do there, so that was out. So we had her cremated, and she's in this little box right here. There's her pretty little face, and she's in here. She got this necktie collar thing once at a dog party at the dog park that all the dog people
So
put
funny.
on.
It's true.
It is.
It was a
cute.
dog party.
Yeah, a dog party at the
It
dog
was so
park.
funny.
Cause what's the, I can't think of what they're called, but there's a association of all
Yeah.
the dog people there, you know.
Yeah.
So that's that, and it's got her tags on there. All her tags. And her picture just stays, this has been on the refrigerator for years. This was when she was much younger and didn't have so much gray hair. Because in the end she had lots of white and gray and not as much black. You wouldn't think a husky that goes on, but it does. So there she is, and like I said, if you want to get a close-up of these or bring them up or whatever, so they, especially we can see her as a puppy there.
Yeah, you should bring up that picture basically.
Okay, let me get it. See how steady my hand can be. Am I steady enough?
Yeah, I could even.
Okay, yeah, you can do it. But anyhow, she passed away on March the 6th. And like I said, I spent a week or two before that taking care of her, and then afterwards, I just hadn't been in no great mood to make any videos. And was feeling sad. But then, to make matters worse, as far as I know, I lost somebody a generation after mine, not my generation, which is normally going on at this time, but my nephew, my son, lost his son, and he was, 37?
38?
I don't know, it's right, yeah.
Oh yeah, 38.
38? Yeah, yeah. Fixing to turn 39, in July, actually, I believe it was. So, once that, I mean, it was kind of sudden. It was a quick illness that he couldn't recover from in the hospital, and his dad was with him, my brother. And I remembering, I mean, well, of course I know he ain't remembering, but as a little kid, he lived just around the corner, him and his dad, from where I lived, so I seen him quite a lot, you know. And
That's
because
cool.
I remember when he was young, his thing was his first initial, which was M, and the year that he was. I remember when he was M4 and M5, and M6, and then when he outgrowed it, he wasn't happy if he said anything about it. But anyhow, it's very, very sad and heartbreaking. So that happened too, so then that put me off from feeling like getting back to doing any of this for a couple more weeks there. Because it was exactly, we lost Roxanne on the March the 6th, and then he passed on April the 6th. So it's strange, it's the same number, the 6th. Of course, there's only 30, 31 to choose from, so of course they're going to be the same often. But anyhow, that was sad and a hard thing to believe and live up to too. So it's taken me a while to want to get back to doing any videos or anything. But anyhow, life goes on, and here we are. It's time to take something apart. So we got this Samsung TV here to take apart. And doggone it, what year was this? I think it was 2007. Is that wrote somewhere?
Yes.
Is that on that white paper?
It's gigantic.
Where it's gigantic?
Yeah, September 2007.
Oh wow, you got it memorized. Yep, right there. That's not gigantic.
No,
Especially for a blind guy.
the TV, I mean.
Oh, the TV is
The
gigantic.
TV.
I thought you meant the
No,
place that it was wrote was gigantic.
No, it's pretty difficult to read,
Yeah,
actually.
because it's a big old Samsung, and I would have wished it still worked, but it's got a broken screen, which is usually the case. Somebody drops it or hits it or throws something at it or whatever. So that's it. So I'm going to pause here just a minute where I can turn this pot off and make this barbecue. So Scrappy can eat supper, and we'll see you in a minute. Filming that?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I got really close to it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just a bit.
See the pretty dog? She was wonderful. She wasn't mean at all. She didn't have a mean bone in her body. She loved everybody she ever met. As she got in the last couple years or older there, she wasn't as nice to any dogs that she met. She would be nice, but she was bossy. Put it like that.
Okay, see you in a couple of minutes.
Why did your tail go down? Hmm? Oh, okay. Now I see. Took you long enough to say it. But you gotta go outside, then come in and get something. What's she doing?
Hey doggus, did you like your walk? Oh, it's time to go inside now. Go on. Good dog.